In this video, we'll be going through a free Toolbox Talk template on the safe use of ladders. This 10-minute talk can be used to help improve the competency of workers using leaning ladders and step ladders across all industry sectors and is divided into the following sections. Section 1, Hazards and Pre-Use Checks. Section 2, Positioning. And Section 3, The Safe Use of Ladders. To deliver this Toolbox talk, read through the following numbered paragraphs and questions. Section 1, Hazards and Pre-Use Checks. Why talk about ladders? Ladders are involved in more falls from height than any other work equipment, and annually an average of 14 people die and 1,200 are seriously injured at work falling from them. Usually accidents can be avoided, and training is a key step in encouraging people to use them safely. Has anyone here fallen from a step ladder or a leaning ladder, witnessed a colleague fall, or heard about such an incident happening? Discuss the circumstances of the accident, including what caused the fall and how it could have been avoided. What are the reasons people fall from leaning ladders and step ladders? Answers from the group should include the leaning ladder slipping either at the top or the bottom, the leaning ladder flipping over and coming away at the top, overstretching, a fault with the ladder, slipping or losing your footing, step ladder wobbles due to missing feet or not being correctly open, step ladder being used side on to the work. Some of these will be a result of bad planning or the use of the wrong piece of equipment for the job. You do not need to fall from very high up to be badly injured. More people get injuries such as broken arms or legs falling less than 2 meters from a ladder than falling from above this height. For example, a person was killed when they lost their footing on the second rung of a ladder and fell backwards, hitting their head on the floor. At this point, ask the group if there's any questions so far. When using a ladder, make sure it belongs to the company. Don't use any other ladder, including ones brought from home or belonging to other companies. Then go on to explain how to identify ladders which belong to the company for which they are working. Every time you use a ladder, check it beforehand to make sure it is safe to use. Frequently used ladders need to be checked daily. Other than checking the feet when moving from soft or dirty ground to a clean area, do you know what else to look for? Answers to this should include missing or damaged or worn anti-slip feet on metal and fiberglass ladders, items stuck in the feet such as stones, grease or dirt, preventing the feet from making direct contact with the ground, any mud, grease or oil either on the rungs or on the stiles or sides of the ladder, cracks to the rungs or stiles of the ladder, missing, broken or weakened rungs, missing or damage to the tie rods, and metal ladders should be checked for cracks or damage. If you see any of these, do not use the ladder or try and repair it yourself. Remove it from use and then report it. Then go on to explain to the group how to remove the ladder and who to report the problem to. It is important to have clear on-site arrangements for storing ladders safely. Discuss and agree what your storage arrangements are. These should meet the manufacturer's recommendations. Summarise the main points that have been learnt by the team and complete the attendance records for this section. Section 2. Positioning. Positioning all types of ladders. Do not position a ladder where it can be knocked by a door or a window, where it may get struck by a passing vehicle, or within 6 meters of an overhead power line, unless they've been disconnected or they are insulated. Check each foot is on a clean, level, firm footing and look out for oil, grease or loose material, including plastic packaging and sheeting. Make sure the ladder is at the correct height. Never use boxes or bricks, etc. to gain extra height. Positioning leaning ladders. Avoid placing ladders on slopes, particularly if the surface is wet. The rungs of a ladder used on a slope should always be horizontal, and leveling devices can be used to aid this. To erect a ladder, place its foot against a fixed object such as a wall and raise the other end by progressing hand over hand from rung to rung until it is upright. Make sure the ladder is erected the right way up. If it is wooden, ensure the tie rods are underneath the rungs. If it is aluminium, check the rung profile is the right way round. When erected, the ladder must be at an angle of 75 degrees as this is the best angle for stability. Use the 1 in 4 rule, 1 unit for every 4 units up. If you can't achieve this, don't use the ladder. Don't stand on the top 3 rungs of the ladder. Ask the group, if the top of the ladder is 6 meters up, how far out from the wall should the base be? The answer to this is 1.5 meters, using the 1 in 4 rule. Do not place the top of the ladder against a fragile surface such as plastic guttering or glazing, as this might give way and then cause instability. And finally, positioning step ladders. Check all 4 feet are in contact with the ground. Try and position step ladders with rungs facing towards the work activity and not side on, as this is less stable. Make sure the step ladder is the correct length and do not use the top 2 steps unless it has a suitable handrail. Don't use the top 3 steps of a swing-back or double-sided step ladder, where a step forms the very top of the step ladder, ensuring a handhold is always available. Ask the group, when positioning a leaning ladder, what should you check for? Check points on the previous slides for positioning information. If the top of the ladder is 6 meters high, how far out from the wall should the base be? Again, the answer to this is 1.5 meters, using the 4-in-1 rule. Section 3. The safe use of all ladders. Only use ladders for light, short duration work which has been approved by the responsible person. You could, for example, use a ladder for wiring a security light or replacing a bulb. However, avoid strenuous work such as freeing a seized nut, installing a run of cable trays, or removing a heavy object, as any sudden release can cause you to lose your balance and fall. Discuss the work that has been identified on your site that ladders can and cannot be used for, and agree the tasks involved. Explain who needs to approve ladder work and make sure everybody understands and is happy with this. Do not use a ladder if you have a medical condition or are taking medication that could affect your safety, or you are under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Make sure you have the right footwear, for example clean, in good condition and without dangling laces. When going up or down a ladder, take each rung one at a time and don't rush. Use both hands to grip the ladder whenever possible and maintain 3 points of contact at all times. Don't carry heavy or awkward shaped objects on a ladder. Never carry loads heavier than 25 kilograms, and any over 10 kilograms should be avoided wherever possible. If you have to carry an item up or down, you must keep one hand free at all times to grip the ladder. Provide examples of items that can be carried up ladders within your workplace. Do not overreach. Move the ladder so that you can keep your belt buckle or navel inside the stiles and both feet on the same rung. Never place a foot on another surface. When working on or close to electrical equipment that is live or may become live, use ladders that will not conduct electricity, such as those with fiberglass stiles. Do not throw things from ladders. Ask the group, what types of work can a ladder be used for? Check these answers against the list of tasks identified by your company as suitable for ladder use. Safe use of leaning ladders. Wherever possible, tie a ladder to prevent it from slipping. This can either be at the top, the bottom, or both, making sure both stiles are tied. Never tie a ladder by its rungs. Ask the group which method is the preferred option within their workplace. If you can't tie the ladder, use an effective ladder or one with an effective ladder stability device. This means a ladder or ladder stability device that the suppliers or manufacturers can confirm will be stable enough to use unsecured in your worst case scenario. If ladder stability devices are used, explain when and how to use them. Explain they do not enable you to do something that would otherwise be unsafe. If the precautions suggested before are not possible, then you can wedge the stiles against a wall or a heavy object, or, as a last resort, have a second person foot the ladder. How and where should a ladder be tied? Check the answer that is given is the company's preferred way. Remember to check that all basic conditions for safety have been met. This is particularly important if the ladder is not tied. Can you remember what those are? Answers to this should include the following. The ground is level, firm and free from anything that can cause the ladder to slip. The ladder is at the correct 1-in-4 angle. You can hold onto it with both hands when climbing up or down. And the work does not involve using both hands, overreaching or working above the 3 rungs from the top. And finally, the safe use of step ladders. Make sure the legs are fully open before you go up. When working from a step ladder, always make sure you have an available handhold. This means having a suitable handrail or not working off the top 2 or 3 rungs depending on the design of the step ladder. Avoid working side on from a step ladder, especially when applying force, e.g. when drilling. For higher risk work, such as applying a side-on force that cannot be avoided, you should prevent the steps from tipping over by tying them to a suitable point. Step ladders should not be used as a means of access to another level, such as a roof or scaffolding. Finally, ask the group if they have any questions, and then summarise the main points and complete the attendance records for that session. For online SSSTS courses, free guidance, and more tests, find us on www.healthandsafetytrainingfirst.co.uk or call us on 0330 122 6126. Thanks for watching.